We played a lot of board games this month, so we're gonna tell you all you need to know about them.
And at the end, we'll pick the game of the month.
And we're gonna rank all of these games in 3 categories to find out if they are something you should check out.
The first game is Vantage, which is super hot right now.
Everybody's talking about it!
Is it good? Is it worth the hype? In Vantage, you follow a mysterious traveler to this planet, where suddenly your ship is crashing and you're launching yourself in an escape pod and land somewhere.
I just landed here, that you don't see.
Can you describe where you landed?
So there are rocks, a chest. It's a pretty grim place.
Okay, I landed near a giant cockroach. In each of these locations, you'll have different actions you can do. And when you decide to do one of those actions, somebody will take a corresponding book and read a passage from it. Then you'll have to do a skill check, and then something will happen.
There should be a reason why everybody's still talking about it. There should be good things about it, right?
The best thing about this game is the exploration and sense of wonder encountering each of these locations. There are people you can meet, there are objects you can find, there are stories you can discover, just tons and tons of stuff to discover.
But surely it's not for everybody, right?
Yeah, first of all, don't call me Shirley. Second of all, it is a choose-your-own-adventure game. You will read some passages, do some decisions, but it is not by any means a strategic game. You're just gonna go with the flow, see where the story takes you. So if you're looking some, massive brain-burning stuff, none of it is here. But this game also has a heavy dose of random, because you're rolling dice for skill checks and places you need to go and other things. That's why it goes into my collection, at least until I explore enough of that planet.
We have rated Terrorscape as one of the most thematic board games ever made, and now it's Terrorscape 2. Welcome to the Arctic Station, where you will be playing either the bad guy or the good guy that will try to survive and get out of the station. The good guys will try to run around and search for keys to get out, or try to repair the radio and call the police. But the really unfortunate part is that all of those actions will make noise, and the noise is for the bad guy. Bah! And if you are playing on the bad guy's side, then you will have to follow the noise and try to find at least one of the survivors and then kill them. If you kill at least one of them, you win the game. For the bad guy to do that, he will play cards that will let him move, hide, attack, and, well, do a bunch of other things, like sense the good guys. Woo, spooky.
So the first one was great, but does this have the same great qualities?
Yes, it definitely does, because it's still as thematic as the first one. If you're gonna play the survivors, you're gonna be shaken and hoping the bad guy won't find you, because you're actually right there in the other room. And if you're playing the bad guy, you're always constantly just, bloodthirsty. You just feel it. But obviously there are some bad things that we need to talk about. And number one is that this game feels very similar to the first one. It's actually more of an expansion than a standalone game. So if you have the original, then this is very much the same experience. Maybe a little tighter and better. So if you don't have the first one, get this one. This game has one of the best player interactions in board games. General, it's so thematic, it's nice. Cyrus was shaking in his pants while playing this game, and it was magnificent. I freaking love the game. But again, if you have the original, then this might not be like a must-buy or anything like that. But just as a game, it's definitely in my collection.
Honor's End is the latest from IV Studios. It's a co-op deck builder. Is it good? Honor's End is not actually out yet, it's on Kickstarter right now, well, depending on when you watch this. But it is something you should look at. Honor's End can be played in 2 ways. First, you can go through a campaign where you discover new stuff, make some choices, and generally just have a story experience. Or you can just fight baddies one after the other, and if you kill all 3, you win the game. No matter which one you do, you have your own deck, and you play cards from that deck. But how you play those cards is very unique. You can just play them for your action, or you can discard it to give a special ability to everybody else playing. Or when you have a card played, you can use another card at the bottom to enhance that action. So many ways to use cards. I haven't seen that in other deck builders. In this game, you're trying to defeat bad guys. They have a certain amount of life and they'll be attacking you constantly. Plus, you have to deal with all these bad dice. And each player has their own problems to deal with. but together you're trying to defeat the bad guy. First really cool thing about it is it's a co-op deck builder. Second is I really like the story aspect, where when you play a chapter, you will get an envelope that will unlock some stuff that you put into your game, like a mini expansion that you can use throughout afterwards. The worst thing about this game probably is that sometimes you'll get a very boring turn. You'll get a lot of wounds in your hand, you won't be able to use the multi-purpose cards, it's just Hey, it's a co-op game. Obviously there's a ton of interaction. We can help each other out, I can discard cards to help you, but it has a ton of dice, so you know dice. And you've played deck building games, right? You know luck of the draw will also play a part. So, in the middle, right there, yeah? Can I do that?
You can't do that.
Okay, it's right there. It's like, I see my friend having it, but I kind of want to take it away from him.
Welcome to the manga world of Berserk. Right here. Now the fan-beloved story has been brought to tabletop. But is it any good? Well, let's find out. You will be playing the characters from the story that cooperatively will be trying to fulfill different missions and tasks and defeat these pointy monsters. And this is a card game where you all simultaneously will pick cards. You can play either 1 card, 2 cards, or 3 cards. It's your choice. But the more cards you play, the more fatigue you use up. And even when you fall down below certain marks, you will start losing things and get weaker. The best part of the game is the card play, because when you play 3 cards, you can only use their left sides and the effect of the top card. So which cards to play, in what order, which effects do you want to trigger, there's tons of decisions. Yet, it's a very, very simple thing to do. These cards will let you move on the board, attack bad guys, roll a bunch of beautiful looking dice, damage the bad guys, and well, fulfill the mission. And this is also where the bad part comes in, because the board and all these miniatures always move, and there's a lot of these tiny management and things, just, this creature moves, then this creature moves, then this creature moves, this creature moves, then he attacks, then he rolls dice, then this moves there, draws more dice. A lot of that. This game has great and high interaction, which I really, really enjoyed, because all the card play is very dependent on all other players, where you will try to boost them and they will try to save your story. But unfortunately, the biggest assignment for this game comes if you know the IP, and if not, like it was case for me, it's really good and not going into my collection.
Let's march into the next game with this lovely nature theme game. In this game, you're playing an ant colony, where you're trying to control certain areas, score points, and just be the best ant gang out there. On your turn, you will select one of the available actions, like exploring different areas, drawing more cards, playing those cards, and just having a ton of fun. The board is the most important part and the most fun part of the game. You will move your ants around, control areas to score points and gather resources. And if somebody else gets on your turf, you will fight.
So it definitely looks good, but is it the only positive thing?
No, it has a ton of different cards you can play, which will guide your strategy, like usually card games will. I love the interaction on the board. You will have NPC centipedes that will attack you, that you need to get rid of. You will try to take away areas from other players. It's just tons and tons of interaction. But Ant's life is a tough life, because if you can't draw the right cards, it's very hard to accomplish what you want to do, because you really want that one action or that one upgrade for your ant. You just can't get it. Kind of sucks. Like I said, the board is full of life. It's crawling with ants. You're always in each other's face. You're trying to take away territory, so it has a ton of interaction. It can be a very aggressive game. And there's a bit of luck of the draw. But it looks great. It's an amazingly interesting concept of an area control game that I've never seen before, and I always want to play it. But do I need to own it? I am not sure. So I guess it goes into my friend's collection, because I will always be wanting to play it. Just don't have the shelf space.
And while we are on the subject of conflict games, let's talk about Wroth. Wroth is an area control game where you will be sending your units to different territories to control them, and then we'll get victory points because of that. One of the best things of this game, and maybe also its downfall, are the asymmetric factions, where they will have different units, different powers, and will play completely differently from each other.
And it is its downfall. It is. I'm telling you now. It's like so imbalanced, it's crazy!
The round will start with you rolling a bunch of dice, and then each player will draft them one by one by one, and all of these dice will let you do different actions. For example, if you pick this one, this means attack. So what I really like about this is the pace. You will have these dice, you just use one of them and place your armies or move them. It's just really quick decision making. And the bad part, well, we already mentioned it. This guy is much stronger than this one. You always want to play this one, like always. And this one? Not so much. And it breaks the game. It makes the game feel really, really bad. Because it's an area control game, obviously there's a lot of interaction and also tons of random. You can plan a bunch of things, but what will happen will happen. You can't control everything. So in general, I like the flow. It's super simple. Yet one of our friends gave it a 3 out of 10. That's how great of an experience he had with this game. And I felt bad about it. So it's actually right here on the limit. I would play it if somebody would ask it. I enjoyed it. I would just not take it very seriously.
No list is complete with a historical war game. Bam!
A lot of lists can be complete with those.
None of the lists can be complete. Shut it up, shut it up. War game. This is the shortest war game I've played in a very long while. In this game, one player plays Rome, the other player plays Carthage, and they're just duking it out. You can win in one of 3 ways. You can either control 3 opponents' areas, take control of its capital, or just destroy all of his troops. On your turn, you can do one of the 4 actions. You can move your troops on the board somewhere, you can play one of the cards, and then you can pass.
What are you doing on the table?
Hiding.
From what?
From the opponent's army. 2 best things about this game are the length of the game. It plays like 10 to 20 minutes. It's super quick. The rules are easy to play. And the other thing is the card play. You use cards for actions, but you also use them for battles. And you know what cards the other player's played. You know he doesn't have a 6, so if you get him right there where you want him, you can defeat him.
Yeah, we know you love war games. This is war game, so it's great. Blah, 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 blah. But there's definitely something not that good.
Maybe not specifically bad, but it's not a very deep game. And obviously it's a bit abstract. And if you don't like conflict games, you're not gonna like this. Well, it's a war game, tons of interaction. And you know what? This game doesn't have any random. You can see all the cards the other player has played. You can see where his troops are. The only thing you don't see is what is he going to do next. So I really liked it. I love the theme. Obviously I love war games, blah, blah, blah. And so it's a small game. Doesn't take a lot of space. It goes into my collection.
We love Mindbug, we love King of Tokyo, but is the combination any good?
I love King of Tokyo.
I just really want to do that. I don't know why, but...
Because I cringe break.
This is a 2-player competitive game where you need to get the opponent to 0 life points. On your turn, you can play a card or use a card that you have already in play to attack the other player and take away those precious life points. And now, if you have money, you can also, before your turn, buy new cards that will have you special powers.
We've talked about this so many times. We already know how to play Mindbug. Where's the King of Tokyo part?
This time you actually get to roll some dice if you play a monster that has a die icon on top of it. And this die will either boost your attack, will make the other player discard a card, or give you money. Money. And you can use this energy to buy immediate effect to kind of twist the game in your favor. The good part, it's Mindbug. We love Mindbug. It's King of Tokyo. We love King of Tokyo. And the combination just works. The bad part, it's Mindbug and King of Tokyo together. It's not like mind-breaking, even though Mindbugs is pretty mind-breaking because it literally breaks somebody's mind and then controls them. It's a 2-player battler. Obviously, there's tons of interaction with every card play. And the luck, well, in this version of Mindbug, there's more luck than ever before. You have dice. And Giannis will melt for that, definitely. Me, I liked it. But it also feels not like a set-alone game, is just an expansion.
Do you want a simple, funny card game with tons of luck and wearable flair powers? In Troublebot, your goal is to get a certain amount of points, and those points are these little mushrooms right here. To get those mushrooms, you will be playing those mushroom cards. On your turn, you already have one, you'll draw one, and then you have to play one. For example, Flowerbot lets you look at seedlings, and then you have to give one to each player and keep the rest for yourself. Obviously, I'm keeping these. SherlockBot lets you name a value, for example 2, and then flip 6 mushrooms and keep all the mushrooms with that value. Woohoo! 3, that's a good move. So it's a simple, fun little card game, but the amount of different abilities and the amount of text makes it hard to get into it. Even after a couple of plays, I like, what did this one do? Oh yeah, right, that. So it's a bit tricky to get into. But my kids got it, I got it, and we had a ton of fun. So, highly interactive, highly random little card game to play with your family or friends. Should it go into my collection or should it go... I really want to play it some more. So for now, it goes here, but this has a timer on it, because I think in a while it's gonna go here.
Will you be able to put all your things in the right rings? This is a simple party game where you need to categorize words. For example, a crab. You will have rings and these rings will have certain rules. For example, this blue ring symbolizes things that float in water. So, for example, if you get a basketball, you will place it inside of the ring because basketball will float on water. If it wouldn't, you would place it outside of the ring. And you need to get rid of all of your things in your hand by placing them in the correct spot. Relatively simple, right? Wrong, because there are 2 more rings. And that means that some things will fit all of these rings and will go into middle. Some of these things will only fit one of those circles or none. There's tons of decisions and you will actually never know the real context of all these choices. The co-op version has really great interaction because you keep talking about all those things and try to figure out what are the best placements. So I love the cooperative version of this game. The competitive one, it's kind of boring because everybody is just staring at their cards, trying to figure things alone, and it's just not fun for me at all. So play this cooperatively. At least I will do so. This game is certainly not for everybody because the concept of placing those things in the rings is quite difficult to grasp sometimes. But for me, I really enjoyed it. It's great, even at 2 players. I loved it. And let's take these ones to the table to figure out which one of these is actually the game of the month.
It's like you planned it. These are 5 great games, but I think from all these 5s, this not that great.
It had that timer, right?
It did, and I think that timer's up.
Terrorscape is one of my favorite games of all time, but this one is kind of Terrorscape 1.2, which means I don't think it's like deserving of Game of the Month, because it's not new per se.
Alright, I know how we all feel about war games, even though this is a quick, great little war game. Not the Game of the Month.
I had great games, especially actually playing with 2 people. It's amazing, but I had also ish games with people who just couldn't grasp the idea. So,
well, I guess this game has the advantage of being a really big and exploration-full game.
I was waiting. Finally, one dad joke. Let's go! And that definitely means the video is over. Thank you for watching if you enjoyed this video. Last month we did a similar one with Games of the Month, which was amazing. I really loved the winner of that month.